Alright everyone, and welcome to check out how we do the arm. It's actually fairly simple. You want to make sure you are set up properly at the beginning and use a couple tools. There's a couple trickery. There's one main trick, so the arm is ready to bend properly for animation. It is always important when you are doing something that's going to animate and change in its animation, its shape basically, that where the animation happen, it's well set up for that and ready to go. Alright, so I'll show you that. So you have obviously prepared, and I do mine as low poly as possible, so we have a really strong base. You have prepared your arms anchoring right here. Mine has a natural seam obviously right there, so that will work pretty well. I think that would be okay. So I'm going to select that right here, and I'm just going to do an extrude mesh, extrude face obviously. Let me go right here in that viewport right there, and you have two ways. I can or extrude like that and replace, and it follows the object axis. That's called object world, and I can change that right here for world axis. So object axis or world axis. The world axis go as it does usually in that situation. Okay, let me choose that one for now, and right away I'm going to scale it. Alright, and replace it properly and rotate it in position for the next extrude. Alright, right here, like that. And then I extrude again. All the way to the middle, do the same thing, and you can use that system right here, or again you can use the world coordinate system, which works okay in that situation right here also. And right away I'm going to scale to the proper size. I'm going to extrude again, and I can do world system all the way to the end basically, set it up properly and scale it again. So we have the beginning of it, the main shape. Now we need to basically add more to round it up first, and then after that to follow the muscles. Alright, and there's really two ways you can model an object, a character. It's all following the line clothing, the clothing of the line of the cloth, or you can use that also model following the actual muscles. So let's round up our shape first of all. It's not round enough for me. So let's right click, go to the edge, double click on this right here. If you've done your job well, they'll stop right there. Right here. Always choose the outside edges to round it up and not the inside edges to scale it up. Okay, you basically select the outside edges and scale them down to round it up so it stays the same size, same volume. If you scale up the middle one, you'll get a rounded shape too, but it'll be bigger than it should be. Okay, so always the scale tool like that, and scale them in a little bit, and same thing down. So you have a rounded shape. Alright, so now that you've done that, not a bad start. Let me clean up a little bit. So vertices right here, take the scale tool, bring it in. Same thing right here. So I have a pretty clean mesh. Now I'm going to select those edges right here and incline them the way the shape goes. Right here. Right there. Okay. And now basically let me replace a couple of these down a little bit first to make sure I'm in the right place, and then let me add some loops basically. So mesh tool, insert edge loop right here, and let's say I can add one right here, and I'm gonna select it and scale it right here. Make sure it follows the picture right there. And now I'm going to do one right here. So go really slow in rating the amount I put. It's a lot easier to add, and you can really see. Scale it the proper way, orientate the proper way, and then scale it. Be careful so when you scale it, you make sure it follows properly. There you go, the shape. Now we can add more for his shoulder, and we'll use that as the flap. Another trick to add geometry is to right click, go to the face, select those faces, go to the mesh tool, and do a cut face tool right here, and then you really control how you cut it, and you cut only those parts, and you can recreate what's called the flop right here. Okay, so right here we can recreate a small flop. So hold on a second, let me reselect these and just these, so the mesh can bend properly. Right here. So like that, your mesh can bend properly when you animate it. So that's very important. Another one you need to do, and you can reference to another video to look at it in more detail, it's called another flap and the diamonds. That's for the elbow and the knees also. Let's look how it works. You basically are cutting through your mesh, alright, and that's the top view. Right, and you are cutting, so that's the front, that's the back, at an angle, because it will bend this way, so that's gonna pinch right here, and that's gonna stretch right there. So you need to make sure you cut that as an angle. So we select those faces, we go cut face tool again, actually, and right here that's gonna pinch, so we go close to it, and it's going to stretch right here, so we go up like that. Alright, and that definitely will help, you'll see. And then we cut the face tool right there. Right here. Okay, so that's a good start to have done that. But it's not enough to really deal with bending. Let me get rid of the virtual studio for a second. Alright, because we really want to represent the bone also, so we're going to need to create what's called a diamond pattern. A diamond pattern will go right here. That would work out pretty well for us. So let's see how that works out for us. What you do is another tool. We're going to use the multi-cut tool, and we're going to make sure we are going to snap to point. And we're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops, sorry, wrong one. Oh, sorry. Let me redo that. Snap 1, 2, 3, 4. Back to base, just like in baseball. Alright, and now you have that. You want to make sure that you check that you don't have multiple vertices. Alright, that it's nice and clean. So you check, you grab one, for example, and move it. Make sure you unsnap. Very important. And everything is together and it's good. Now that's the flop and the diamond for the arm. Like that, when he'll bend this way, he'll pinch but not move much, and he'll stretch but not stretch much, and that will represent the bone. Alright, so let's keep adding mesh to it. So now we can go and start inserting loops. And rotate them properly. And check it out. The thing is, sometimes the scaling doesn't work the best, so you have to go, because the shape is not regular all around, you have to go in and start adding shape yourself manually, so we can recreate that shape right here, for example. And those two, they need to go down more. Oopsie. That one can go up. Let's add some more. Let's say one right here. Let's sort it properly. Right there. And let's move the points. Right here. And we can add more. You are welcome to do so on yours. To recreate your mesh. Now, let me right click on a mesh, go to the normal, soften the edges as usual. Now I'm going to work out right here a little bit with another tool in the next part of the videos.